Box breathing isn't some fluffy calm down tip. It's a simple training trick used in high-stress situations to get your body out of panic mode fast. You ever notice how your brain goes full alarm when you're under pressure? Like, even before anything bad happens? Here's the mechanism in plain English. When you slow your breathing and hold it, you send signals through your vagus nerve, the part of your nervous system that helps flip the switch towards steadier, calmer states. For short breaths, for steady holds, no fan seguir, your body starts listening instead of spiraling. So here's what you can do today, right now. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 4 seconds. Hold again for 4 seconds. That's one round. Do a few rounds and notice what changes in your chest, your focus, your attitude. But here's the part nobody talks about. The order and the hold aren't optional, and your timing can make it feel calming or totally useless. And this is where it gets wild. There's one tiny adjustment that makes box breathing hit way harder when you're really stressed. The physiology of box breathing, what the breath does to the body. Box breathing isn't magic. It's your nervous system getting a clear signal. Slow down. And for people in high-stress training, like Navy SEAL-style scenarios, that matters because your body can't think its way out of panic once the alarm system is firing. Here's what's going on physiologically. When you inhale, you send stretch and pressure signals through airways and lung tissue. That syncs with the brainstem, tightens the link between breathing and attention, and helps shift your state away from fight or flight. For seconds in, for seconds held, for seconds out, for seconds held again. That hold isn't random. It gives your body a rhythm to latch onto. It also nudges carbon dioxide levels and oxygen distribution just enough to influence how urgent your breathing feels without needing any gimmicks. The vagus nerve is the star of the show here. During longer exhales and controlled pauses, your parasympathetic system gets more of a say, and your heart rate often settles. You can feel it as smoother breathing, less chest tightness, and a brain that stops scanning for danger every half second. This isn't some vague calm vibes thing. Vagal activity is tied to how quickly your body can downshift from stress. Andrew Huberman talks about this connection a lot. Respiration affects both the nervous system and the way your brain coordinates state, focus, and emotional intensity. And when you regulate breathing, you're giving your brain a steadier input than adrenaline alone. Now the practical part you can use today. In the middle of a tense moment, before you step into a tough conversation, right after you hear bad news, or while waiting out a nerve-wracking situation, your goal isn't to feel calm instantly. Your goal is to interrupt the spiral. Do the 4 phases with your attention placed on your breath, not your thoughts. Inhale through the nose if you can, hold gently, no strain, and let the exhale be smooth like you're fogging a mirror without flooding it. If your body wants to rush, you slow it down with a count. That count becomes a temporary behavioral anchor for your prefrontal cortex, the part of you that gets hijacked when stress spikes. But here's the part nobody talks about. Box breathing can also make some people feel lightheaded if they force the holds too hard, or if their baseline anxiety already makes them breathe too fast. So keep it comfortable. The holds are for control, not for toughness. Think steady and easy, not win a breathing contest. If you start getting dizzy, shorten the holds next time or focus on a longer exhale instead. Your lungs and nervous system still get the message. So when you try this in real high-stress situations, watch for the physiological cues. Slower heart rate, softer shoulders, a clearer mind, hand steadiness returning. That's your body shifting gears. Which part hits you hardest? Slower breathing, calmer heartbeat, or clearer thoughts? Drop it below. If your brain like this, hit subscribe. More brain hacks every week. Evidence and limits. What research says about paced breathing? Paced breathing, including the Navy-style box breathing you're probably hearing about, is one of those techniques that keeps showing up in real clinical conversations because it's tied to how your body regulates threat. When your system feels unsafe, you get that spike of stress. Faster breathing, tighter attention, heart rate up. Box breathing works by giving your brain a steady rhythm to latch onto, which helps shift your nervous system away from full alarm mode and toward monitoring mode. Here's the simple mechanism: no fluff. Slow, structured breathing changes carbon dioxide levels in your blood enough to nudge the brain's breathing and autonomic control centers. That rhythm also feeds the vagus nerve, especially through the normal coupling between breathing and vagal tone, so your body gets a clearer signal. You're not spiraling, you're regulating. Your exhale matters too. Longer exhales tend to be easier for a lot of people to use for calming because they put the brakes on the sympathetic push. Now, what does research actually support, and where are the limits? First, the calm effects aren't magic. In controlled studies on paced breathing and related breathing protocols, many people show improvements in things like anxiety symptoms, stress reactivity, or physiological markers tied to relaxation. But the results are mixed when you zoom in on exact outcomes because studies use different breathing speeds, different populations, and different ways of measuring stress. Some people feel calmer fast. Some people feel mild relief. A smaller number feel nothing or even get weirdly uncomfortable if they force the pace. Here's what matters if you're using the military version in high-stress moments like before a call, during loud comms, or right after you hear standby. Box breathing is typically taught as 4 phases: inhale, hold, exhale, hold, held at a consistent cadence long enough for your brain to stop searching for danger signals in every loud sound and body sensation. But research on paced breathing generally doesn't say there's one sacred ratio that beats all other breathing patterns for everyone. The best pattern is the one you can do smoothly under pressure without tensing your shoulders, choking your throat, or holding your breath so long that you feel faint. For some folks, the hold are the part that bites. If you notice dizziness, chest tightness, or panic rising, the limit is you should back off and shorten holds or switch to a softer paced breathing pattern you can tolerate. Practical takeaway you can use today: try box breathing when you've got at least a little room to breathe without getting trapped in performance pressure. Keep your posture neutral, jaw unlocked, and shoulders down. Use a steady rhythm, and treat comfort as the guardrail. No hero breathing. If the holds make you uneasy, you still get value from pacing the breath, especially the inhale to exhale rhythm. And if you're dealing with a medical issue that affects breathing, like respiratory disease or panic with breath control, talk with a clinician before you lean hard on breath holds. But here's the part nobody talks about. The same technique that helps you steady your body can also turn into a new task if you use it at the wrong intensity for your current stress level. Want the trick for making it actually work when it counts? Match the cadence to what your body can follow without threat feelings amplifying. Which one are you going to try first? Full box, or just pacing your inhale and exhale with gentler holds? Drop it below. If your brain like this, hit subscribe. More brain hacks every week. The classic box breathing protocol, 4-4-4-4 steps. Box breathing isn't just a cute wellness hack. Military psychology and performance training use it because it helps you downshift your nervous system on demand. You're basically giving your body a simple, repeatable pattern when your brain starts sprinting. And when stress spikes, having something structured to focus on matters. Sound familiar? Here's the mechanism in plain English. Your breath can nudge your vagus nerve toward a calmer state, and slower, steady breathing helps your body regain balance when you're keyed up. Box breathing is designed to keep the rhythm consistent, not fancy. No randombres. No wing it. Just steady control that give your mind a track to run on while your body catches up. The classic protocol is 4 phases of 4 seconds each, forming a neat little box. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Keep your posture tall, but not rigid. Shoulders dropped, jaw loose. Use your nose to inhale if you can. Then exhale smoothly like you're fogging a mirror without wiping it. Start where you are. You don't need to feel zen. Just start the pattern and let the calm follow. Now, key practical move. Count slowly and quietly so you don't speed up during the holds. If your holds feel scary, you can reduce the stress by making the holds shorter at first, then building back toward the full box when you're stable. You're training control, not forcing discomfort. Also, if you're in a real high-stakes moment, like pre-mission nerves or right before a hard conversation, This works best when you do it as soon as you notice your body revving up, not after you've already burned through your focus. Try in a quick real-world scenario. You're standing by for something tense. Communication is tight. Adrenaline is loud. You step aside for a moment, plant your feet, and run the 4-phase cycle. You'll often notice your breathing stops feeling jagged, your thinking gets less scattered, and your next action feels clearer. That's the takeaway. You're not turning off stress. You're rerouting your response so you can keep performing instead of spiraling. But here's the part nobody talks about. How you exit the box changes everything. Which one are you going to try first? Drop it below. If your brain like this, hit subscribe. More brain hacks every week. Variations for different needs: stress, sleep, and performance. In high-stress situations, the U.S. military leans on simple, repeatable breathing patterns because your body hates uncertainty and loves consistency. Box breathing gives you a tight loop. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, each for 4 counts, so your brain stops spinning and starts downloading "we're okay" signals to your nervous system. The vagus nerve is part of that calming pathway, and when you slow and control your breath, you nudge your body toward a steadier, more regulated state instead of full throttle fight or flight. Pretty wild that something as boring as counting can steer your physiology, right? Here's the mechanism in plain English. When you breathe in a structured way, your heart rate variability pattern shifts and your airway-brain messaging changes. Less danger detected, more we're managing. Also, the holding phases matter because they force attention to stay on timing instead of on threats, which is why it works so well when you're fired up and your thoughts won't shut up. If you've ever noticed your mind go into autopilot during stress, box breathing interrupts that autopilot with a task your brain can actually execute. For stress specifically, you'll use box breathing like a reset button. Do 4 rounds, stay tall if you can, and soften your jaw and shoulders on the exhale. Tiny cue, big effect. In the field, this is the difference between responding from panic versus responding from choice. Your body is still alert, sure, but it's not doing the crash and burn thing. It's staying online while you think clearly. Then you can move, give orders, run the next step, make the call without being hijacked by adrenaline. Sleep needs a different vibe, and this is where the keep it calm rule matters. If your mind is buzzing at night, use box breathing with a gentler posture, longer, softer exhalations after you finish the sequence and fewer rounds. Usually just a couple, so you don't get stuck feeling worked up from all that effort. Matthew Walker talks a lot about how sleep and stress systems wrestle for control, and breathing is one of the few levers you can pull without needing willpower to magically appear. Your goal isn't to turn your brain off, it's to tell it, "We're winding down now," and then stop adding extra mental pressure. For performance, think dialed in, not completely relaxed. When you need focus, tight time frame, physical strain, or high-stakes decision-making, you can run box breathing right before a push or after a demanding rep. Hold your gaze steady, count cleanly, and keep the breath controlled but not soggy. This lines up with what Daniel Kahneman would call managing attention. You're basically regulating the beam so the important signal stays loud and the noise gets quieter. Cal Newport's deep work crowd talks about attention like it's a training muscle, not a mood. Same idea here, just with lungs and timing. The deal is, you're creating a brief window where your prefrontal cortex can steer instead of reacting. But here's the part nobody talks about. Box breathing can also become a tiny distraction if you use it when you're already numb, dissociated, or overwhelmed. If you feel detached, try a warmer approach, slower exhale emphasis, and fewer holds, because sometimes the nervous system needs soothing first, not strict control. And if you're in a situation where counting feels risky or attention is mission critical, pair it with something steady around you, like the rhythm of steps or a steady hand movement, so you're still regulating without losing situational awareness. So which one are you going to try first? Stress reset, sleep wind down, or performance tuning? Drop it below. If your brain like this, hit subscribe. More brain hacks every week. When box breathing fails. Safety, contraindications, and troubleshooting. Box breathing is simple on paper. 4 seconds in, for seconds hold, for seconds out, for seconds hold. You're trying to calm your nervous system on purpose. But here's the thing. When your body's already in full fight or flight, that tight little box can feel like it's turning the volume up, not down. Sound familiar? Mechanism-wise, box breathing works when it nudges your vagus nerve and other calming circuits through slower breathing, steady rhythm, and reduced threat signaling. Your breath pattern gives your brain a cue. We're not in danger right now. The catch is timing and temperament. If you force the hold too hard, if you clench your jaw or shoulders, or if you breathe through a feeling of panic like at the homework assignment, your body may interpret the strain as danger. That's when people get lightheaded, more wired, or weirdly more tense, especially in situations that already spike adrenaline. If it fails, safety comes first, no drama. Don't push through dizziness, chest pain, severe shortness of breath, fainting, or feeling that something is wrong. If you got a medical condition that already affects breathing, like asthma that's flaring, COPD, serious heart rhythm issues, or panic disorder that reliably spirals, box breathing may not be the best first tool. And if you got a history of trauma where internal body focus ramps things up, forcing time holds can be triggering. In those cases, you can still use the idea, rhythmic breathing, but you should ditch the holds and keep it comfortable. Your goal isn't perfection. It's getting your nervous system back onto the steering wheel. Now troubleshooting, because the problem is often small and fixable. Start by making the out-breath easier than the in-breath. If exhale feels hard, your nervous system might be fighting you. Keep your posture loose. Drop your shoulders. Unclench your tongue from the roof of your mouth if you've got it wired there. If 4-second holds make you tense, lengthen the exhale phase and skip the hold entirely. Try a slow inhale, then a longer exhale without trapping air in. Also, check the environment cues. If you're holding your breath while gripping your gear, tapping your foot, or scanning nonstop, your body will keep reading danger. Box breathing is not magic if your body's still acting like it's under threat. Here's a practical fail-safe you can use in real high-stress moments, like when you're about to engage, debrief, or take critical calls and your mind is racing. Switch to paced breathing with no holds. Inhale gently, exhale a bit longer, and let the rhythm do the work. Keep your breathing quiet and effortless, no big dramatic breaths. If you're in a posture you can't fully change, still aim for soft respiration and slow exhale. The idea is to help the vagus nerve kick in by lowering physiological arousal, not to win a breathing contest. And if you're using it while already out of control, start shorter, 1 or 2 calm cycles, then reassess. Bottom line, box breathing is best when it's practiced often enough that it feels familiar and used gently enough that you don't create strain. If it makes you feel worse, that's data. Adjust the method, remove the holds, extend the exhale, and stop immediately if you get any red flag symptoms. Which one are you going to try first? Full box breathing or the hold-free pace breathing? Drop it below. If your brain like this, hit subscribe. More brain hacks every week. A 7A practice plan, practical routines, and measurement tips. Box breathing isn't some mystical calm button. It's a simple self-regulation routine that military folks use because it's easy to repeat under pressure, and your breathing rhythm gives your nervous system a clear signal to slow down. You're basically giving your body a steady metronome when your thoughts are racing. And yeah, it's the kind of thing that fits real-world stress, not just a quiet room. The mechanics are straightforward. 4 phases, each lasting the same length of time. You breathe in through your nose, hold, breathe out, hold again. Repeat until you feel your grip loosen on the panic loop. That breath hold pattern and slow exhale can nudge your vagus nerve pathways through the brainstem, which is tied to lowering physiological stress responses. Andrew Huberman talks a lot about using breathing to influence arousal and recovery. And this is one of the more practical ready-now versions you can actually stick with. Quick takeaway: don't chase some perfect Zen feeling. Chase consistent timing and a calmer body. Start your 7-day practice like a training plan, not a test. Day 1, do 2 cycles right after you brush your teeth, morning and evening. Day 2, add 1 more cycle per session. Day 3, keep the same number of cycles but switch your focus. Feel the exhale, not the inhale. Day 4, try it one time during a mildly stressful moment, like waiting for something or sitting in traffic, so your brain starts associating breathing pause with first can recover. Day 5, shorten it for speed. Do just one full cycle when you notice yourself getting fired up. Day 6, practice it in a slightly uncomfortable posture, like sitting upright instead of slouching, because real stress won't always give you perfect conditions. Day 7 is measurement day. Do your usual cycles and compare how long it takes for your body to settle, not how pleasant it feels. How do you measure without getting obsessive? Use 3 simple checks and keep it consistent across the week. First, notice your time to calm, from the moment you start the first inhale to when your shoulders drop, even a little. Second, track breathfulness. Do you tend to gasp, or can you keep the exhale smooth? Third, rate mental noise on a plain, non-scientific scale, low, medium, high, right before and after. This lines up with deliberate practice ideas from Anders Ericsson. You're improving by practicing the skill with feedback, not by repeating blindly. One more practical tip. If breath holding makes you feel lightheaded, shorten the hold naturally or skip the hold for that session. Your goal is steadiness, not dizziness. You're also going to want a high-stress protocol, because box breathing is most useful when nobody has time to think. Pick your trigger: a tense meeting, a countdown moment, a spike in irritation, or that stomach drop before a tough conversation. When the trigger hits, do one cycle immediately, then reassess. If you're still revved, do another cycle. No marathon. Military psychology emphasizes that these simple, repeatable skills work because they reduce decision load. You're not negotiating with yourself while you're stressed. But here's the part nobody talks about: how you return to normal matters. After your last exhale, take one relaxed breath without holding, and then do a tiny action. Drink water, unclench your jaw, send the next message, take the next step. That's how you teach your brain the "we're safe now" cue isn't just the breathing, it's the transition. Which one are you going to try first? Drop it below. If your brain like this, hit subscribe. More brain hacks every week. So yeah, box breathing is simple on purpose. 4 phases for seconds each. And hold out, hold. You're basically telling your nervous system, we're good. Slow down. And when you do it right, you give your body a chance to lean into that calmer gear. That vagus nerve vibe kicks in, and your mind stops sprinting quite as hard. Ever notice how stress makes time feel warped? This brings you back to the present. Here's the key takeaway. You don't need perfect focus. You just need a rhythm. Start right after you feel your heart rate climbing. Use it before you talk to the boss, before you step into the meat room chaos, before you respond when you're heated. If you wait until you're already fried, it takes longer to dial back in. And, real talk, keep it consistent. Military folks use it because it's reliable when conditions are messy. Same idea you've heard from performance psychology. When handling stress is predictable, your brain stops treating every moment like a threat. Sound familiar? But here's the part nobody talks about. Breathing alone won't fix everything if your stress is coming from something you need to address. So ask yourself, are you calming your body, or are you avoiding the real problem? Both can happen, but you should know which one you're doing. Which one are you going to try first? 2 rounds right now, or save it for the next high-stress moment? Drop it below. And if your brain like this, hit subscribe. More brain hacks every week.